Well, it was not only the officials at City that were shocked after they sold Jesus and Zinchenko to Arsenal, but even Arsenal players still can't believe it. Why Man City went ahead to sell Zinchenko and Jesus to Arsenal. The latest to reveal this is Emily Smith Rowe coming out and retelling us how much they've gone ahead to transform their mindsets from fighting for their fourth spot or Champions League spot to winning the league. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Leandro Trossard has gone ahead and really explained to us or exposed his urge to win a Premier League trophy with Arsenal. And obviously, Iwobi, who was in the Hell End Academy, has gone ahead and really hailed or thrown some commendations to Reiss Nelson because they were together in the academy, and he has gone ahead to reveal to us what was really pushing Reiss Nelson to become the player he is. Good evening. Second video of the day. Here we come in a different style altogether with lots of videos and content expected to come in through here onto the Rokani Media Football. My Muslim friends, enjoy your Ramadan, holy month, fast. Then the Christians are soon celebrating Easter. That is the resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's going to come in very, very soon. I think after this weekend, it's going to be Easter celebrations, and we wish you the best of celebrations as Jesus resurrects in there for you. So, let's go into this mix in there for you. Now, Emily Smith Rowe has gone ahead to reveal the following about Zinchenko and Jesus. I said Zinchenko and Jesus coming in felt like it changed the whole dynamic. They've been there. They know what it is like to win stuff. Their mentality is unbelievable. Zinchenko is one of the best technical players I've seen. I can't believe City let them go. Have you heard? He can't believe City let these players go. And for Emily Smith Rowe, there is something he doesn't know that I need to school him about. You know, it's not that City wanted to let these players go, but with the experience that Pep Guardiola really holds, he knows how toxic it is to keep a player at the club who doesn't want to be at the club. First and foremost, Jesus was bought from Palmeiras. I think was how many years of age, because he came in at 2017 and he came in at City. So he has been at City for 6 years, and that means he came in at close to 19 years of age. That's when he came in at City. They had promised him that he was going to play as a number 9 because at Palmeiras he was leading the line and scoring goals for fun. Reaching at City, they didn't fulfill the promise, and for the 5 years he was at City, 90% of the times on the field of play, he was either played as a right forward or a left forward, and 10% he was played as a center forward, and he hated that. So he refused to extend his contract at City, and he was left with 1 year left on his contract, and he was threatening to really leave in the summer of 2023 on a free. So Pep Guardiola had nothing to do, and he had to cash in for the player, and Arsenal paid £45 million. So City wanted to keep Gabriel Jesus. They wanted to keep him, but the player was not willing to stay because there were no indications that he was going to be played as a number 9. And Erling Haaland had arrived at City. That meant no chance for Jesus to be played as a number 9. And remember, in January, City had signed Julian Alves and was arriving in the summer another number 9, meaning that Pep Guardiola had sent a statement outside there to Jesus that you are not a number 9. If at all you have to stay at City, you're going to be played as a left or right forward. And it even affected his spell at Brazil, because he was not invited or called upon a lot by the Brazilian national team coach by then known as Tite, because he never saw him as a left forward or right forward. And the wide forwards available, Vinicius Jr., Martinelli, Anthony Santos, and Rafinha were better than him playing that side. So that's why Jesus forced through his move and went to Arsenal. Zinchenko, it was all about playing time. he felt like he was not getting enough playing time he really wanted at City. And second, his impact at the team was not felt. So that also fell out into favor of Pep Guardiola, and obviously he saw these players. But he never wanted to let these players go. That's why you've seen that he's missing Zinchenko and he's playing Bernardo Silva sometimes as the left back position. You've seen that very many times. Even when they are playing Arsenal at the Emirates, Bernardo was played as a left back. So it shows you how much he misses these players, and he knows it's going to take him a lot of time to get them back. And he knew the impact. He knew the impact of these players. That's why he never wanted them to go. But the players made a decision, and Pep has a motto on him that he will never keep a player who doesn't want to be at his team. That's why you saw to it that he even let João Cancelo go to Bayern Munich, because felt like he was not in tune with his choices ever since the World Cup came to an end. So to me, it's unbelievable that these two are at Arsenal. That's it. But City never anticipated that Arsenal are really going to come in through and really compete for the title. But I think their magnifying glasses were really shite, because if you knew what Arsenal had achieved last season, that they had gone ahead to really have 69 points, like the points they're having right now, it would go down your memory lane that if you give them Zinchenko and Jesus, they would raise close to 90 points plus. And every team that hits 90 points is in the talk of a conversation of a title. That's it. So, to me, I believe City just never calculated this very well. But they knew that they really had some good quality of players that could take them to the trophy ride. But Arsenal is leading them by how many points? By 8 points, and they are playing Liverpool on Saturday before Arsenal plays against Leeds. So if they happen to lose against Liverpool or draw, Arsenal will find themselves in a position of being 10 or 11 points ahead of City. And though Emile Smith-Rowe is hinting about he couldn't believe that City let them go, but they had to go. You get? Talking about Zinchenko as one of the best technical players he has ever seen. That's it. Very technically gifted player, that is Zinchenko. And he has also gone ahead to talk about how they change the dynamics in the team. For changing the dynamics, Zinchenko, after winning against Manchester United 3-2 at Emirates, he revealed to Sky Sports that when he came in at Arsenal, the conversation around the club was all about going to the Champions League. That's it. But Zinchenko came in through and told the players that, no way. If you're having Jesus and me, we have the potential to lift the league. That's the dynamics Emile Smith-Rowe is hinting of, that these two really changed at Arsenal, and they're really paying off. That's why Jesus, yesterday I brought you a story sending a warning to these Arsenal players that it's unacceptable and unforgivable to be 2 goals down against Bournemouth at Emirates. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable, because next time, if you allow that to come in through, it will be very hard for it to be reversed by the players of Arsenal, because chance knocks once at every man's door, and Jesus sees this as a very huge chance to go ahead and really win the trophy. With 11 games left, every Arsenal player is referring to them as finales. They are only one tournament. City is still in 3 tournaments. I think Arsenal still has a very huge chance to win his trophy, and City is going to be stretched a lot. Champions League against Bayern Munich. Oh, very huge game to play. So to me, I believe that City really has a very huge mountain ahead of them to climb, but Arsenal are really one of those that are really ready to get this to the levels they're supposed to be. So Emile Smith-Rowe is really hinting on how Zinchenko and Jesus have gone ahead to give Arsenal a chance to win the trophy, and he's trying to refer to it as a mistake that City made to sell Jesus and Zinchenko to Arsenal. A mistake that gifted Arsenal the trophy. That's what Emile Smith-Rowe is hinting about. Let's go to Trossard, a player that has 6 assists at Arsenal with 1 goal in close to 11 games, and he's really hitting the ground running and tearing up the Premier League at Arsenal. Now, He has hinted on his drive at Arsenal. What keeps him driving at Arsenal? He said, obviously, I want to win things now. At this stage of my career, I think I've built it up and I wanted to. I'm enjoying every single day right now. Hopefully, we can do that this season. We believe in that. It's not easy, but we will go for it. Have you heard? You know, Trossard is another experienced player that has played football at Brighton, not at an elite level like Arsenal, but his mentality looks like it's all about winning. I think it's not about that. I think it's just inborn in him that he wants to win. And when Jesus has been away, he came in through, and obviously he has gone ahead to turn around the season of Arsenal, and he has single-handedly lifted them to a level of really going ahead of Chelsea. Remember, those games against Brentford, they had put Arsenal ahead because the game was 0-0, and VAR really gifted Brighton the equalizer because the goal was an offside. It was not supposed to stand, but it stood because of VAR, meaning that Arsenal would have gone ahead to win that game because of Trossard. Trossard performed very well when they are beating Aston Villa, when they are beating Leicester City, Fulham, and very many other teams. So when you hear him hitting about winning the trophy and wants to be winning things at Arsenal, it shows you the mentality of a player. You know, it's unusual for a player coming in from Leeds, from Brighton, to have such a mentality, meaning that he was a player, talented, but he was on the wrong side of the footballing game. He comes in at Arsenal, puts in his favor, puts in his push, and Arsenal are really doing great. And he wants to win something for Arsenal. And these players are really hungry to win. And to me, Trossard is another brilliant signing for Arsenal that we've always come in here and hailed day in, day out. I think Bellingham is playing today. He's going to be part of the action. And I think that game of Leeds, guys, I see Leeds being annihilated by Arsenal. That's it. When you look at the volume of players that have gone ahead to really stay, Benny White, Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba, Jesus, you get? All those players have stayed at London Conley and they are getting ready for the game of Leeds. Now, Martinelli, Trossard, Xhaka, Partey, Tierney, Zinchenko, Saka, Odegaard, they are returning to the team. Fabio Vieira playing for the Portuguese under-21, they are returning back. Now, their return is really going to be so much important for the team of Arsenal, and it's going to take them to the layers of really taking it to the next level. And Leeds is in trouble because these players, if they are all back and none of them is going to be injured at Emirates, Leeds is really going to face one of those games that they've never faced this season. Arsenal is going to come to make a statement. And trust me, they want to win these games and really keep that 8-point difference before City plays its game they have in hand on Wednesday. That's going to be midweek. That is next week. So, after that, Trossard wanting to win the trophy. Then let's go to a man known as Iwobi. Once at Arsenal, now playing at Everton. He was at the Blue Game podcast. I think it's all about Everton. This is what he had to say about Reiss Nelson. He's another Arsenal product. He's another one in training. Like he's a joke in training. With him, like, he just has the raw street ability. I have to give it to him as someone who has been patient. That's it. And he concluded by saying, every time he's come on to play, he's delivered. I think he's been the most impactful sub for somebody to be able to do that and not play regularly and have the elite mindset. I have to rate it. Obviously, you know, twice this season, he has come off the bench and made a very huge impact for Arsenal. He first made an impact when Arsenal was playing Nottingham Forest. Remember, Saka was off the pitch when it was 1-0. In the 27th minute, he came in through and scored a brace and then created one chance for Martin Odegaard before Thomas Partey made it 5. So, After that game, then in the game of Bournemouth, he comes in through, puts up an assist for Ben White to make it 2-2, and then scores the winner in the 97th minute. That is Reiss Nelson. So it takes an elite mentality to come off the bench and really put in such performances. And to me, I believe for these games, Reiss Nelson shouldn't be starting for Arsenal, because every time he starts for Arsenal, he doesn't put out the best of him. I think it's better he came off the bench and obviously he did the needful. But the problem is his contract is running out in the summer. Arsenal want to offer him a new contract, but it looks like him and his agent might not be wanting to be at Arsenal, because Arsenal is going in for more players that are really not going to give him a chance to get enough playing time at Arsenal. So guys, your thoughts on to Emily Smith throwaway, not believing it that Jesus and Zinchenko were sold to Arsenal and Arsenal is really winning the trophy, and he's referring to it as City gifting away the trophy for really selling this pair to Arsenal. What are your thoughts about Leandro Trossard saying that he wants to win trophies for Arsenal and he's really ready to lift the Premier League if at all they win the last 10 games they are left with? And the elite mentality of Reiss Nelson, hailed by a former Hale Academy graduate, that is Iwobi, who is playing for Everton right now. Rokani David is my name. I sign out for now. Don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, comment and share. I'm out. See you later, and may the Lord bless you abundantly. My Muslim brothers, happy Ramadan.